Beautiful morning for a bushwalk in the Sydney sandstone area. I've just come across this rocky outcrop here, and I've noticed on the ground a beautiful Banksia Serrata, one of my favourites. I'll take this into the studio and we'll do a bit of drawing with pencil. Alright, here we are back in the studio. Just a short walk from the bushland. So I've brought this piece back with me. As I say, it's the Banksia Serrata. And we're going to work with a pencil. I've just got a 6B graphite here. Working on 300 gram Arches paper, which it's a smooth or hot press paper. It can be anything. Once again, whatever suits. Whatever you feel comfortable with, or sometimes in actual fact what you don't feel comfortable with, because then there's new outcomes. Anyway, we're going to get started. The main thing here is not to look at this subject as a botanic subject, unless that is your forte, but just to get the feel of this Banksia Serrata. As you remember, when we were outside there was light coming in from this side, so we're going to exaggerate that a little bit. That way we can get that roundness happening. My studio hasn't got any direct light. I like it subdued light right through here, so there's no direct light, but we'll pretend, for instance, as I say, the sun, little happy spring sun is up here, and we'll be working down on this subject from that side, light and dark. So you just let yourself go and forgetting everything in life except you and the Banksia. I'm just going to start basically doodling this and allow everything just to gradually come together. There's no need to have detail, just have the impression of what you're seeing here. A great little study. It's got everything in here that you really need when it comes to detail, and it represents the sandstone country. It's quite remarkable how they take on the feel of where they've come from. All these little dried hairy bits, they're the remains of the flower, and just for interest's sake, they stimulate or respond very easily to a very, very light bushfire, which opens up these seed pods here, as we have here, and drop the seed. Little seed comes down, drops, and then up comes the new babies. Sometimes good to know the history and what you are drawing. It's very important. That way it's an extra feel. Because as I say, you feel this Banksia, you know it's very rough, like a dry brush. And so we're going to draw it accordingly, just very rough. We just drift away into this as though nothing else in the world exists except you and your subject. A little trick I've learnt along the way is with your thumbnail, or any nail for that matter, I just emboss down through here, and then when you're drawing, these little embossed marks, you've made little indentations into the paper, and they will actually come through when you draw over them. You'll see that in a minute. Even a few little fellas around here, doesn't hurt. As I say, I'm using a 6B pencil, which gives me the option to, I work very lightly, but it gives me the option to darken up later as we go. Always remembering the light. So this side's darker. Now to get these little areas of the white showing, we cut in behind. When we see the bits of white, we just cut in behind them and then the white shows up. So it's a fairly slow process, but having said that, you find yourself just drifting away, and time, as they say, time flies when you're having fun. So you just gradually bring your little dark strokes in behind where you see any light, and that'll all just gradually jump out at you. As I say, you go on forever. Don't forget, once again, darkening up over this side. So we're now getting that lovely shape, showing the roundness of the Banksia Serrata. So I'll leave it at that. Most of these things are just doing it, and you gradually see as you go, it directs you, and your drawing basically makes itself. But that's just the basis of how we use pencil, and we draw the Banksia Serrata. Thank you.